So as some of you may or may not know, these drive shaft on the S30s are supposed to be unserviceable, primarily because they don't have retainer clips that hold them in. And what they do at the factory, what I believe they did at the factory was once they pressed the U-joint in, then they came in with another press and staked it in, which means there's a press that came down, put notches in there to secure the U-joint in here. So they don't specifically sell on any site that I found a U-joint for this replacement, but I went to a drive shaft fabrication shop and he was able to measure it and gave me this part number for this U-joint, 430-10A. And I found these on, I believe it was Amazon, came two for $30. And the way I got out the old one was with this strut slash U-joint compression tool that, you know, goes in here. If you've ever used them, comes in, impact gun, presses it out. I had to use a little bit of heat, and I also ended up finding an easier way to do it, which was use my cutoff wheel, and I whacked off the U-joint. You can see right here, I just cut the U-joint and was able to get it out that way. That way it was much easier. And then the staking in leaves a couple little nubs, or number of nubs around the ring on all sides. So I had to go in with a die grinder and carefully knock those little nubs down. So I have test fitted this already. Well, test fitted it because I put it in and found that even though the caps are the right diameter for this application, the thickness of the ears on the drive shaft still overlapped these slots right here, which is where the retainer clip will go to hold the U-joint in. So I don't know what else to do other than buy a new drive shaft, but before I do, I'm going to make an attempt to grind this down and then file it nice and flat and smooth. And I'm going to try to get it to the thickness that I need to get past that retainer clip. It was really not much that I needed to take out. So what I did was I measured with my caliper how much I needed to take out. Then I measured the thickness of the ears and I subtracted that from the thickness of the ears. And that's what I've got on here now. So as I'm grinding, I can take this and put it over here like this, over here like that, to see if I've got the clearance that I'm looking for, and I can check on each side. So I'm gonna do a little grind in here because we are a little thick right in here. So I'm gonna get a little grinding in there. I've already got this side pretty good. I think I'm good there on all sides. We're gonna be able to do that there, and then I'll file it down. So get the grinder out here, hit this in. Careful just to take a little bit out at a time and then check in with my caliper, and it looks like I'm good there on that one. So now I'm going to take my file and I'm going to file flat these ears just so that we get good even surface. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on there. I want it to be nice and flat as possible. Trying not to put any curves. And I can see as I'm filing where my high spots are. Trying to focus on that high spot, but keeping it flat. All right, then I'm going to flip it around and do the other ear. And take my caliper, checking. Still got to take some out on both sides here because I haven't done anything. I'll grab my grinder. Really trying to take out just a little bit at a time. Moving to the other side. caliper. I'm good here, a little fat right there. And on this side, we're good there, a little fat on the end. So I'm going to take a little bit more out of each end. Check it again. Pretty close there, still need a little bit more. And on this side, that's pretty good, maybe a little fat on the end. Take a little bit more out of each side. Still fat there, but that comes almost down to the bottom, which is about where the seat clip, retainer clip goes. And if we're not quite there, well, maybe we are. Yep, we're there. So I'm going to break out the file again, and I'm going to file that down. And then I'll show you putting the what it looks like to put the U-joint in to press it in. Now I'm going to press the joint in, and I've already started it, got it started. I'm going to go ahead and finish it here. A couple little taps. Don't go too far. Get that clip in there. Need to get this other side in. That looks like I'm going to get the clearance that I needed. I want to make sure I'm going in even on both sides. And we bottomed out. Now I'm going to see if I can get those clips in. So I've got the retainer clips I was talking about right here. You can see. I think most of you have probably seen these before if you've done anything like this. I'm going to try to put the first one in here. Okay, that one went in pretty good. Dropped my one cap there. That was on the bottom. And slide this other one in here. Now what I am worried about though is this method, changing the balance in the drive shaft. So I'm going to see how that is once I get it on. Now I'm going to still have to do the same thing to the shackle. So I'll go in, we'll put this in my vise. Same thing, same process. I'm going to measure this, and make sure my thickness is good to get that cap to clear. Should be about the same here, since the caps are the same diameter and thickness or height all the way around. I should need the same here, so I'm going to go ahead and use this since I've already measured it out for that cap. And that's replacing the serviceable, well, unserviceable U-joints. Again, more to come on whether or not this is really going to work. I need to put it on the car, see if I'm going to need to get the drive shaft balanced. Hope this helps.